Everybody, how are we doing? I'm sorry I'm late, and I'm so incredibly sorry that I'm actually unprepared as well. Spent way too much time screaming at carnists on web. It's just like more exciting to do that than it is. Please, somebody let me know if I'm live and you can hear me. Oh, I'm sorry. No, just one separate stream. Which stream milestone? Working here sounds good. Is the second live also alive? It shouldn't be, it should be unlisted. That's not good. Anyways, that's fine. So both can be live, but then I need to like open both of them. No, why is it public? It didn't save it. I'm gonna unlist it right now. And it can be available after the stream. So please only go for the other one. There you go. To clown somehow. Where? I don't see clowns. I don't know, guys. Anyways, I am underprepared. I apologize for that. And just for people on the replay, the horizontal stream will be available, but right now we're going to do the vertical stream, which is this, I think. But there you go. So it is going to be chaotic today. I apologize for that. Anyways. How are you, Neil? How are you, Tone? How are you, Jake? And what's up, Preta? I hope. Neil, you must comment here often. Okay. All right, let's continue. I don't remember where we ended. I think it was a deep dive on climate foods. I think this was the thing. And okay, now things are on. So, climate food facts is a hashtag that was used during this debacle, and was likely created by the Red Flag PR agency as a coordinating hashtag to discredit the EAT-Lancet report. I think we went through this. I think we did. So let me skip to where we didn't. Yeah, we did all this. So sorry. Again, underprepared, was screaming at carnists all day. So sorry. Yeah, this is where we ended. I remember now. We've read all of that stuff. So how they coordinated the efforts and released the say stupid shit for to try to discredit the EAT-Lancet. They just basically created the same fucking post and reposted it over and over again and reshared themselves. So this is where we're ending. This is where we're starting today, I'm guessing. Veg Heals. I actually have an account that I'm not sure what I'm gonna do with. It's called Tofu Heals. But like I was thinking of making like a parody of Sean Baker, but I don't know how if I should spend my time on this. I don't know if I can make it like productive, is what I'm saying. Hey, YouTubes, what's up? Oh, sorry, did you get an ad? I'm so sorry about that. I should look at the things behind the scenes. Probably should be having an ad at this point, like next to me talking, and not just like interrupting me. I don't know. The leaked red flag document, this says, let's make it bigger, states that it has worked with the UK right-wing free market think tank, the Institute of Economic Affairs, helping it to secure hostile mainstream media coverage. The IEA posts on Twitter framed EAT-Lancet as a threat to individual freedom, people crying about their freedom while taking the freedoms of sentient beings, casting the report as a blueprint for top-down dietary control, warning of meat bans, or the humanity, taxes and forced restriction, aiming to stoke public fear of a coercive state-imposed food agenda, as if the animal agriculture industry is not that exactly, and been working on that for literally decades, right? What color do you like, guys? I forgot the ambience. There we go. We're gonna go with a bisexual purple. Hey, what's up, Liduli? Just don't. What are they saying? No, leave bombastic side. That's fine. How come we don't smell vegetables and salivate? Speak for yourself. I smell a tomato and I just want to devour it. Are you kidding me? Wait, do you smell the uncooked steak and salivate? Bombastic. Do you smell the uncooked steak in the styrofoam tray and you're like, oh, that smells good. Weird. Why do we smell meat cooking and salivate? Have you ever had like a fucking vegetarian stew? Smells fucking fantastic. It fills the room with fantastic smell. What are you talking about? By the way, I don't salivate at the smell of meat anymore. Just reminds me of gas chambers. But also, you're talking out of your shit. You've been incredibly selective. Do you not like how tomatoes smell? And do you salivate when you smell raw steak? Tone, don't block them. It's fine. Don't hide them. Bombastic is, we're gonna have a conversation at some point. All right. Yeah, same. It's just like overpowering and disgusting to me. Just reminds me of gas chambers and slaughterhouses. It's just like, that's how smell works. If you have like a negative connotation with it, like the fact that sentient beings have been slaughtered for it, then you're not gonna like the smell. Or you're at least gonna be indifferent to it. You're at least not gonna like it and salivate over it. When you know, oh, something fucking immoral happened here to create this thing. And also like raw flesh smells like literal fucking death. Literal death. Because it is. All right, let's go. Let's continue. Right, so they were crying about, oh my God, personal freedom, top-down dietary control. Okay, so all of that aiming to stoke public fear of coercive state-imposed food agenda. It shared 9 posts, including links to a series of articles and interviews from the day of the EAT-Lancet launch in January 2019 to February 2019. In a matter of a month, they made 8 posts about it. The first post includes a video series of its head of lifestyle economics, Christopher Snowdon. It's not the same person, right? It's not the... Yeah, okay, that's fine. Ridiculing the diet by having breakfast in line with the dietary guidelines, portioning out 7 grams of bacon, which would be like less than a bite, and a quarter of an egg. This video has been retweeted 342 times and liked 552 times. So here's the thing, they're like tending to the rhetoric more than facts. Because obviously EAT-Lancet is not saying, well, cook an egg and then cut it and just eat a quarter of it. Obviously just saying eat egg every 4 days, but not more than that. Because more than that is unhealthy for humans and the environment and shit like that. The global syndemic of obesity, undernutrition, and climate change. That's a mouthful. Do you think it's like... Okay, the global syndemic. What do they mean by syndemic? Do I know this word? Actually, let me Google it. Sorry, I have to. A syndemic refers to the occurrence of 2 or more diseases or health conditions that cluster. I understand. And interact within a population. Okay, so the global syndemic of obesity, undernutrition, and climate change is a different Lancet Commission report. By the way, climate change is an actual health issue for people who are wondering. Also released in January 2019, which identified red meat as a major driver of diet-related disease. The red flag document talks about, again, securing IEA support and how its targeted briefings and stakeholder activation ensured the very first article of the global syndemic connected back to EAT-Lancet and framed both reports as radical and out of touch. That's literally middle of the road. For it to be radical, they should say, and animal agriculture, right? There is no health pluses that can't be replaced with good formulation and supplementation of foods, and there's definitely no benefits for the environment of animal foods. So if that report was radical, it would say and animal exploitation, right? At the least. And that's a very low epistemic standard for being radical. Very low. From restricting and banning the consumption of vital food groups to describing wars and natural disasters and opportunities from which the food system can be transformed. Fanatic academics have seemingly lost the plot, say Institute of Economic Affairs. So Institute of Economic Affairs, just to remind you, it's like UK right-wing free market think tank. Sounds official and nice, right? So a bunch of posts there as well. Let's just move on from that. Again, we see the top misinfluencers. The top 3 I'm very familiar with. Meet. No, I hate when they do the puns. Fuck the puns. Meet the misinfluencers. We have grouped the 20 misinfluencers who had the highest engagement for their attacks on EAT-Lancet into the 3 broad categories: scientists and academics, doctors and health influencers, and pro-meat journalists and authors. So Sean Baker and Ken Berry would be the doctors. Nino Teicholz would be the journalist. And then Friedrich Leroy would be the academic, one of the 2 on this list. This section profiles 13 of them who were also in the identified network of 33 misinfluencers. Scientists and academics. Scientists and academics closely linked to the meat industry often present their work as independent to lend weight to industry-friendly narratives, highlighting the health or the environmental impacts of meat. How are they highlighting? There aren't any. They dismiss or downplay scientific studies they don't agree with, portraying such research as biased or agenda-driven projection. When their funding or evidence is questioned, they often adopt a victim stance, claiming to be unfairly targeted by critics or the media. Industry-affiliated scientists and academics were among the top misinfluencers in the EAT-Lancet backlash. By the way, if you want my attention, please tag me, and then I'll see it at the corner of my eye. There are particularly clear links between 2 figures in this category, Dr. Friedrich Leroy and Dr. Frank Mitloner. They are connected both to industry groups and health misinfluencers, as explained in the detailed profiles below. The 3rd most influential scientist in the network, and the 15 overall, was Dr. Peter Ballested, grass-based. That's this guy. Who posted over 40 times, tagging numerous others. Sorry. Ballested explicitly ties together animal agriculture, forest systems, and human health, arguing that the role of ruminants is positive ecologically as well as nutritionally. Ballested's post pushed the supposed benefits of meat for the environment and health, and talked about vegan conspiracy. Again, this report wasn't even close to being vegan, so I'm not sure what's going on. Hey, what's up, Jeremy? Is this the Animal Channel? I don't know what you mean by that. That's funny. By the way, I salivated the smell of ripe raspberries and limes. Yeah. Fuck, fruit. For real. If fruit had a significant amount of protein in them, I would be a fruitarian. I'm not even gonna. At least significantly, half of my nutrition would come from fruit. I just fucking love fruit. But I know it's a cringe thing to do, so I don't do it. Yeah. So in addition to their, this is Aleph 2020, not sure what that means. In addition to their use of X, many of the most prominent misinfluencers post regularly on their own websites and blogs. One of the most prominent is the Animal Sourced Foods and Livestock, Ethics, Planet and Human Health. Got my answer. Jesus Christ, this is mouthful. Website launched in 2020, the year after the EAT-Lancet launch. Frederick Leroy was the creator of the website, which he calls dynamic white paper. Oh my god, that is such a fucking piece of shit thing to say. In case you guys don't know, the white paper is a paper defending Ansel Keys and his 7-country study based on the paper itself, the paper that Ansel Keys wrote based on the 7-country studies. There was so much, still is, so much is misinformation about what Ansel Keys' research actually says and does, that academics had to collect all the misinformation and debunk it in a paper they called the white paper. So this piece of shit, and you know what finger I'm holding up, dares to use that name, which he states aims to give an overview of the controversies related to the production and consumption of animal source foods. Leroy posts frequently on the site, which hosts numerous articles attacking EAT-Lancet. These include undermining the science of the report, healthy washing meat and dairy, and claiming the report is plant-based interventionism. What the fuck? It's not even fucking plant-based. It's not even plant-based. They advocate, the EAT-Lancet advocate for eating animal food. Just in like less. This is crazy. The site also features an op-ed by the Dublin Declaration authors, led by Leroy, in which that's how they do it, right? They create something, right? They write their bound like some kind of a blog or whatever, like some kind of a seriously looking article, and then they open another site, and they feature that article on that site, basically giving credibility to both. They're giving the credibility to the article, oh, look, it's cited, and they're giving the credibility to the news site. Look, it cites like this article, right? That's actually like a known thing that the meat industry and other propagandists do. They just cross-post to make an appearance of like credibility. You know, like, what's his name? Oh, fuck. Now I forgot him. There's this guy, he writes very narrative type, pro-meat, pro-saturated fat, against like LDL causing cardiovascular disease kind of papers. And then he's so prolific that he writes like 1,000 of those per year and cites his own research in the in the new papers. So it appears like it has like 30, 40 citations in the research paper, when it's like most of those citations are from him and the other citations are like from his academic friends, the same like fucking gurus. Crazy. Because citations is the thing that usually gives like the literature any kind of credence. It's like other researchers in the field reviewed this, found it correct and useful, and now they are using it in their research paper to reference this. But when the references are fake or from the author himself, it like, if you don't check the citations, it looks like your paper has actually done something, but it hasn't. It's basically cited by yourself, by the author. It's crazy. It's a little crazy. So it's one of those things that we just have to be vigilant about, checking these all the slimy ways in which they give each other actual like credence. Okay, which frame themselves as the victims of exposés of industry activity and funding for anti-EAT-Lancet narratives. That's crazy. The extensive article includes the claim that a coordinated effort by a small group of animal rights activists, backed by aligned media outlets. People who think that's like any media is aligned with us is kind of weird. The Smog, Sentient Media, and Guardian, and Vox. Well, maybe Vox is a little bit aligned just because their head editor is a vegan. To discredit established experts and organizations in the domain of livestock agriculture. Manufacturing anti-livestock discourse, activist tactics, and discrediting of scientists. This is crazy. I'll keep saying this because it is fucking insane to me that this is actually happening and these people are not paying the price for this. Frederick Leroy was one of the most central misinfluencers based on his level of engagement with others. See influencers, connections, and industry-backed hashtags on page 14. The ongoing spreading of anti-EAT-Lancet narratives through his involvement with pro-meat events, such as the Dublin Declaration of the Denver Call for Action. He is also behind the nourishment table. So he just like keeps creating like organizations and sites and just like spreads misinformation on all of them, crediting each other. See box 5, the nourishment table. Box 5, I think, is next somewhere. Which he promotes as an alternative to official dietary guidelines. Leroy labels himself as an agri-food scientist. No, that doesn't sound biased at all. And common sense, decency, and pragmatism activist. So it's often when I do Discord outreach that people make a claim. Let's say the last claim that was made. A human body will do not as well on plant-based diet as on as on an animal-based diet or like an animal-including diet. And then, as a good critical thinker, I ask, well, what's the evidence for that? What are you basing that information on? And they'll say something like, oh, it's common sense. And sorry, I just noticed that my chat is like on the bottom. Oh, was it for a reason? I guess it was for a reason. I don't know what I just did. Let me just drag this. There you go. So when I ask them what the evidence is, they say common sense. And then I ask them, well, can common sense be wrong? And if a person has like 1.5 brain cells, they'll say yes. Well, therefore, this is not a good indication of what is true and what is false, right? Something can be common sense and be false. Therefore, we can't say, well, because it's common sense, then that makes it true. We can't base our information, our beliefs on common sense because it can be wrong. We should check it. Bombastic, please unblock Tone or I will eject you from this. I've defended you. I've asked Tone not to block you as fast, right? But Tone is like my head mod. And keeping him blocked is not going to be beneficial to me. So either unblock him, or like, I don't know, just come back another time or something. And I don't know, we can deal with this. Look, stop crying about it. I asked Tone not to be as trigger happy. Now calm down. Calm down. We're going to try to be fairer to you or something. Oh, you can read what they say? Okay. That's fine then. Then they can block you. Okay. He holds a professorship in the field of food science and biotechnology at the Vrije Universiteit Brussels. And I'm so sorry for butchering. I'm so fucking sorry for butchering that. And he is president of the Belgian Association of Meat Science and Technology. Leroy says that he is an advocate for moving away from a corporatized food system, whatever the fuck that means. You will starve people if you do that at this point in time. He consistently claims his work and research is financially independent from the meat industry, and that he only claims travel expenses for speaking at industry events. That's funny. Right. Despite his claims to be critical of corporate-dominated food systems, he is frequently connected to them. In 2000, so this is like his claim, and now we see the evidence against it. In 2018, he visited Aotearoa. I'm so fucking sorry again. New Zealand, I apologize to the entire continent. And at the expense of Beef and Lamb New Zealand and Industry Lobby Group. The group advocates for the use of what is GWP? I don't see the explanation for that. Well, okay, let's just continue. Maybe it says here somewhere. I don't see. Okay, so the group advocates for the use of GWP, a controversial measurement for methane, which, which could allow industry to claim a cooling effect of small methane reductions. He is a founder of regular contributor to the Aleph, I think it's pronounced 2020, right? PH pronounced as like philosophy. Site and the recipient of the American Meat Science Association, AMSA, International Lectureship Award for his internationally recognized contribution to the field of meat science and technology, and active leadership and promotion of international activities for the benefit of society. That's a mouthful, and definitely by saying, hello Bianca, by the way, hello Luis. AMSA's sustaining partners include GBS, Cargill, and Tyson. Leroy has also spoken at AMSA conference sponsored by GBS, Kraft Heinz, Nestle Purina, and the Meat Institute. On 12th of January 2019, so 5 days before the EAT-Lancet report, there you go, it says it right there. VPM, keep reading, Jesus Christ. 5 days before the EAT-Lancet report was released, an article by Frederick Leroy and Martin Cohen, published in the European Food Agency website the day before, sparked the first major spike in our dataset. See graph backlash timeline. The article, the EAT-Lancet Commission controversial campaign, framed EAT-Lancet as pushing an elite anti-meat agenda. Imagine saying it's an elite agenda when they say, well, eat less animal products, eat more foods like beans and rice. Maybe they're not saying rice. I think rice has like repercussions in... they're probably saying something to the effect, right? Like eat whole grains and legumes and more fruit and veg. So, oh my God, so fucking elite. Holy shit. I'm being sarcastic, of course. More than 75% of posts in this peak were driven by sharing the article. First shared by Frank Mitlona and reposted 66 times in 2 days. This vocal opposition before the report was publicly available for review indicates a preemptive strike against the idea of meat reduction rather than genuine scientific critique. Leroy's critique focuses on the range of issues, from the financing of the EAT-Lancet Commission projecting to the concept of dietary framework recommending reduced meat consumption, which he misleadingly claims is a diet that favors processed, sugar-rich foods based on what? It's like these people have like only like 3 food groups in their diet: meat, sugar, and processed food, and they disregard the rest, like whole food plant-based. Who this? Not familiar. It's like a little crazy. Yeah, by the way, Bombastic, just join the fucking Discord server and we can have a conversation there. Like, you can stop like interacting with Tone and just have a conversation with me. We can either stream it or we can record it or something like that. And, you know, maybe your position is so fucking fantastic that both me and Tone will stop being vegan and start supporting your position. But in the meanwhile, anyways, to attacking the environmental health arguments underpinning the EAT-Lancet report. Jesus Christ, bro. Jesus Christ. Nina Taishas, fuck you. This person. A true zealot, I think. I think she really believes her bullshit. Her own bullshit, I guess. All right. So this is like the bunch of posts, the shares of this anti-EAT-Lancet report. Let's move on. Leroy continued to disparage it. Oh, by the way, shit, it looks terrible there. No, it looks fine. Sorry. Leroy continued to disparage EAT-Lancet in the years after the launch. In July 2021, he appeared on fellow misinfluencer Sean Baker's YouTube podcast, in which he talked about his journey to combat extreme views on food system change. He claims the EAT-Lancet report makes no sense and that there is part of it that is absolutely dangerous for future food policies. And while you think about that, I'm gonna blow my nose. All right. Thank you for enduring this. He also positioned the work and the commissioners as part of an elite authoritarian. This is like just like those words that you say and it's like immediately discredit somebody in their mind. So like it's just not just in their mind, like the actual followers do swallow this shit, right? It's like buzzwords, right? Like elite, authoritarian, policy to be imposed on unwilling citizen. Oh my God, let's stay free and keep watching ads promoting meat. Weird. Over the years, he went deeper into conspiracy theories, linking EAT-Lancet with a nefarious agenda of global elites, like for real, and working the World Economic Forum to trigger the Great Reset. This is the person. Hey, what's up, Laura? The person actually believes in the Great Reset and the global elites. And he's not ridiculed on a mass scale? How the fuck can that be? How the fuck is this person continuing to be invited to podcasts, to serious debates? How? That's what I'm talking about. This absolute nutter is being taken seriously, while this very generous pro-animal production EAT-Lancet report is being like, oh, these people, kind of. Why are we believing the guy who's talking about the global elites? He's basically telling us, listen, I have this foil hat. I'm just like left it at home so that you believe me. And people do. What do you mean you okay with meat? It's just like another, like, it's like a thought-stopping thing. What do you mean? This is his CV? No, I don't know whose CV, this? No, we're talking about this Frederick Leroy guy, and he's talking about global elites and the Great Reset. And everybody takes him seriously. People take him seriously. Weird. You just got here. So, in what way are you okay with meat? You okay with slaughter for meat? 3 major outputs show how his engagement with other industry-aligned scientists and anti-EAT-Lancet narratives has developed since 2019. These are the 2022 Dublin Declaration, the 2024 Denver Summit and Call for Action, and the Nourishment Table, see box 5, we'll get there. Leroy continues to be prolific in his attacks in the run up to EAT-Lancet 2.0, which was released lately. Now we're coming to the second meat shield, and that's this guy, Frank Mitloner, I think, is maybe. It's a plausible pronunciation. Unless somebody tells me it's implausible. Yeah, eating meat like most people. No, I'm asking you, are you okay with slaughter to acquire that meat? You keep talking about the end product, and I want to consider the how it got there, right? We can't just talk like, like you can't say, well, yeah, I have no problem with pictures, and the pictures are like child porn. You can't just disregard that this was child porn. This was filmed while exploiting literal children, right? So just like pointing at the product and saying, well, this is a picture, is not helpful. So meat comes from the slaughter of animals. So I'm asking you, are you okay with the slaughter of animals? Hey, what's up? Then, yeah, that's why I'm asking it as well. Yeah, Bianca, that's one of the reasons. A self-proclaimed greenhouse gas guru? Jesus Christ, those people are unserious. Is a professor at the Department of Animal Science at UC Davis University and the director of the industry-funded CLEAR Center. We already read about CLEAR last week. As seen in section 3.1, Mitloner was credited with launching an academic opposition of 40 scientists from across the US, coinciding with Yes to Meat. Hashtag Yes to Meat. Mitloner is central figure among the industry-funded scientists fueling the EAT-Lancet backlash. His anti-EAT-Lancet blog was reposted 11 times by the Misinfluencers Network, 4 times by Frederick Leroy, and 5 times by Louise Stephan. His first EAT-Lancet related post came on 27th of November 2018, so a couple of months before the EAT-Lancet report, months before. I should continue reading and not just saying things into them. CP and the process is bad always. Meat is and the process for it can be okay. So I'm asking, are you okay with animal slaughter? Can you fucking answer the question? I'm so pissed off for people not answering my fucking questions today. What is wrong with you? Listen to the question and answer yes or no. Are you okay with animal slaughter? Yes or no? Jesus. Why do I have to get upset today? Yes, I did answer. Well, yes would be the answer, and not like all this blubber. Okay. Why is slaughter okay? Please justify it for me. You said you already mentioned why. CP is the process is bad always. Meat and the process for it can be okay if quicken and the animals have good living conditions. So if I take your child and I quickly kill him, is that killing okay morally? Your child had a good life, I suppose. I suppose you gave your child a good life. If I take him and kill him really quickly, is that justified? people are different from animals. What is the morally relevant difference between? I know they're different, right? I'm just asking, what is that difference? That it's totally okay to slaughter an animal, but not okay to slaughter a child. Tell me what justifies cutting the throat of an animal for something as trivial as food that you don't have to eat. You can just choose other food, right? I'm trying to calm down. I'm trying to get my... be calm. Months before the official launch, he remained active throughout the launch period. So literally like several months before the report, he already started doing this. It's crazy. He was an instigator of a misinformation spike on 19th of February 2019 when he posted an extract from an email chain between himself and scientist Fabrice de Klerk. Well, then answer my question. What is the morally relevant? Be right back. Jesus Christ. That's why I don't like having a discussion in text. Guys, it's okay not to call them trolls and just ask them leading questions. They'll show up if they're a troll or not. I don't believe that SLB is, or SIB is a troll. I don't think so. I think they're just like a regular columnist. Well, Liduli, I'm gonna let you have a conversation with them and concentrate on this report, okay? I trust you're gonna get the answer. By the way, Liduli, I should give you a fucking modhood so that you can like invite them to our Discord. Add as moderator. Okay. Modhood, yes. Yeah, that's fine. I don't know why it's... Can you write something else? I don't know why it's not updated. Why you're not... maybe I should refresh this. Oh, yeah, it is. Awesome. It is updated. All right. I'm going to trust you with that person, and I'm going to concentrate on this. He was an instigator of the misinformation spike on 19th of February 2019 when he posted an extract from his email chain between himself and EAT-Lancet scientist Fabrice de Klerk. In the post, he claimed that EAT had admitted that the meat consumption limits were proposed due to health considerations. Okay, and that's part of the agenda of the report. Midlona tweeted his as a breaking, I'm guessing it means breaking news or something like that. Let's make that smaller. Insinuating he has revealed some kind of conspiracy. Maybe we can make it a little bigger. Kind of. That's fine. With a screenshot of the Klerk email and the blog, EAT-Lancet environmental claims are an epic fail. What they try... The agenda was both a healthy diet for human beings that also is not going to disseminate our climate. It's going to reduce climate change. Literally, the EAT-Lancet report, I don't understand. Its mission was to propose a diet that is the healthiest for human beings, that is also the healthiest for the environment. How is that a breaking? Jesus fucking Christ. Sib, talk to Liduli. Liduli is going to deal with him. But please answer my question as well. So I can repeat the question just so that Liduli has where to start. So my question was, what is the morally relevant difference between a human being and an animal that makes it totally okay to slit the throat of an animal for taste pleasure, but not okay to do to a human being? Please name that trait. Numerous other top misinfluencers and industry ground rehashed his post with 273 likes and 176 shares, to quote tweet in total, to create a false narrative that adopting an EAT-Lancet diet or indeed reducing meat consumption in any way would not lead to any climate benefits, but it would, like, at the least, which is not true, they showed the climate benefits as well, but at the fucking least, in this post they admit that the health benefits are there, right? At the least, right? Jeff, don't spam. Jeff, calm the fuck down, don't spam. Jeff, calm the fuck down. No? Okay. People are like, oh my god, meat, I can say meat. So exciting. Calm the fuck down and we can have like a normal conversation without you spamming the chat. It's just like so uncivilized. So uncivilized. How long did you mute him for, Tom? How long did you yank him for? Total weirdo. Child, probably child. Children are weird. 5 minutes, that's fine. That's great. No, it's fine. 5 minutes is great. And just like calm the fuck down, Jeff. All right? Don't get so excited. Anyways, the clerk responded to the tweet stating that everything shared was public information, clearly explained in the methodology of the report. However, this was ignored by Mitlona's fellow misinfluencers Frederick Leroy and Peter Ballerstedt, as well as by the Meat Institute and its employee Eric Mittenthal. So they continued propagating this shit instead of, just like generally saying, yeah, okay. Who posted about it, linking with the climate food facts. This is how you know if somebody is like a total propagandist. When they are showed that they are wrong, but they continue to state it. This is like actually like, I think the signature mark of a propagandist. You showed them that they are wrong, right? The author said, guys, nothing I said was revolutionary. It's literally in the fucking report, what we did and why we did it. It's in the methodology. And they're like, oh my God, breaking news. Just like really silly. As well as attempting to discredit the quality of the research behind the EAT-Lancet report and mobilizing other like-minded academics to do so, Mitlona also made personal attacks against some of the report authors for being vegan. Are they? Are they, actually? Are there like fellow vegans in EAT-Lancet report? The report doesn't seem to be so. The report is not vegan at all. He repeatedly claimed that climate action should be focused on fossil fuels rather than on animal agriculture. Fossil fuels are like, okay, first of all, we can focus on both. I've calculated once that like a personal reduction, or not reduction, but like elimination of animal products would reduce personal greenhouse gas emissions by 19%. So if you could also reduce your fossil fuel use through like taking public transportation, using less electricity and stuff like that, right? You could reduce even more. Why should we focus on one thing but not the other? When like almost 20% reduction of personal greenhouse gases through a simple dietary change is fucking crazy. It's like fantastic reduction. Like, can you imagine the entire world population did this? This is actually like a meaningful reduction in a way that could like actually like halt climate change if we did this globally, right? Well, I guess it depends on empirics. What did the Paris Agreement say? How much, maybe not the Paris Agreement, but like the scientists behind the scenes on that, how much greenhouse gas reduction do we need to actually like hold the progress of climate change? Let me just ask speaking of climate change, my AI friend. By the way, this is like, absolutely meaningless use of greenhouse gas emissions, like emission of greenhouse gases. Absolutely minuscule. I'm creating more greenhouse gas emissions by having that light on. So how much reduction in GHG, greenhouse gas emissions, would halt the progression of climate change? How much reduction in greenhouse gas? Please provide percentage. Let's see what it says. This shouldn't be here, but never mind. Come on, mate. Think faster. No, it's fine. You can think as long as you want. The question is tricky. Hey, what? Hold on. I'm really stunted it. I've really stomped it, I guess it would be the right thing to say. Oh, there you go. Jesus Christ. So short answer: to stop further long-term warming, you need to reach global net zero, effectively 100% net reduction in CO2 emissions. What? Balanced by permanent removal? What? You need to remove 100% to stop climate change. I don't think that's true. Okay, well, this to limit warming to about 1.5 degrees in the world needs roughly 45%. Okay, so yeah, I was like, I would say, yeah, 20% is probably not enough, but sure as fuck a good start, innit? Sure as fuck it's a good start. All right, tangent over. This is where the people on the replay are like, fuck this place, I'm leaving. All right, fuck this stream. Fuck, BPM is losing their mind. All right, so should be focused on fossil fuels rather than on animal agriculture, and ignoring the scientific consensus that it must be on both. I just don't believe that 100% of greenhouse gas emissions should be stopped to end climate change. There should be, like, I'm just like thinking about it, logically, right? Some of it will, maybe I didn't ask the right question, but surely there is some amount of greenhouse gases that is not gonna have a significant effect on climate change. Because surely we did exist, we have been existing for a long time. And so like reducing it to zero is not only unattainable, but also like makes no sense that we can't, like the earth can't handle some percent of greenhouse gases, right? I don't know. What the fuck do I know? I'm silly. Right. I'm gonna stop overthinking this. I'm gonna continue. He currently has 33,400 followers on X. Hey, what's up? Hello. Jeff, are you ready to calm the fuck down, or should we like... Oh, thanks, Tom. No, give them a chance. Give them a chance. I'm so sorry, Tone. I trust you, the decisions, but like, be a little less trigger happy. Just a tiny bit. You just deleted the comment. Jeff, just calm the fuck down, right? Stop with the spamming. That's all I'm saying. We can have a conversation, right? If you have something to say to me, say it once in one consecutive sentence. Don't spam. All right? Just calm the fuck down, child. All right. He has like an enormous amount of followers on X. What else here? This is just like some propaganda from Eric Mitino, from all of those plonkers. Pretty sure I know who Joanna Blythman is. It's not the first time I see this name. And Midlona. All right. So, box 3. Rethinking methane. This is actually, I'm interested in this because, I think I told last time, a couple of times, I've actually read, like, maybe 2 years ago, like a report, like, not read, skimmed, right? A report that actually claimed that the way top climate change scientists calculating methane, it might be wrong, right? So this report is what, like, I think, who was it? Maybe Australia used to wash their beef producing hands off like climate change. Australia, of all places. They're literally having like fucking ozone hole on top of them. Are like obfuscating about climate change. It's crazy. That's like suicidal in case of Australia. Really, truly. Clear Center series of papers and talks with Midlona as its figurehead, is rethinking methane, which includes an effort to push for, let me just make it bigger for me and you guys, just make it easier to read. There you go. Which includes an effort to push for the adoption of an alternative measurement to calculate methane emission, and obviously it's much, much smaller, known as global warming potential, GWP. Finally, we got the answer, what the fuck is GWP? Instead of an internationally agreed standard known as GWP 100. As shown in the Changing Markets to 2023 report, Seeing Stars, GWP could have a staggering impact on how the methane emissions are reported, with high polluting countries and companies able to continue this with business as usual and claim no additional warming while making only small reductions in methane emissions or presenting minor reductions as negative emissions or cooling. Using GWP to measure methane is gaining traction in countries with high methane footprint from agriculture. Both Ireland and Aotearoa, New Zealand, are proposing no additional warming as a way to recognize their agricultural production and climate obligations. A 2025 investigation has also revealed how Midlona was supported by industry bodies to push GWP in Argentina. Are you behaving yourself in the comments? I hope so. I see only vegans talking. So, in Argentina, Uruguay, and Paraguay, as well as pushing the topic in Brazil, and how its adoption would allow livestock farming in each country to reduce their ambition or even increase their methane emissions while claiming to be in line with climate commitments. I remember this. I do remember this. Midlona's influence and outreach has not only been enabled by the meat industry, but created by it. At its root was the success of the coordinated pushback to the EAT-Lancet report in 2018, through which Midlona was identified as providing neutral, credible, non-industry voice for journalists and stakeholders at conferences and other important government activities, boosting his profile and that of Clear Center. It's crazy. It's crazy. I'm never gonna be like, this is not crazy. This is crazy, guys. This is not normal. Doctors and health and wellness experts. Many of the most prominent high engagement accounts in the data set are doctors and health and wellness experts. While some of the misinfluencers in our data set who were using the title doctor do have medical training, 3, Sean Baker, Gary Fatke, and Tim Knox. Wait, so does Ken Berry. He does have medical training. Or was he one of those chiropractor doctors, I don't know, have had issues with their medical licenses because, that's what, yeah, Canberra medical license was revoked as well. So why is he not on this list? Let me just read on. VPM, just fucking read on. Well, some of the misinfluencers in our dataset who were using the title doctor do have medical training. 3, Sean Baker, Gary Fredke, and Tim Knox have had issues with their medical licenses because of the dietary advice they promote. Oh, okay. So Canberra was dislicensed not because of the health, not because of the dietary advice. That's true. It's because he's like contamination and stuff. Okay, I get it. You see, VPM, you just fucking read on and it will all become clear. Fucking flux again. Let me just disable my flux for another hour. Right. This category of misinfluencer played a pivotal role in the pushback against EAT-Lancet, unleashing the yes to meat, hashtag yes to meat, and driving significant volume in posts and engagement. Many appear to the Meat Institute linked website, meatpoultrynutrition.org, holy fuck, under the section EAT-Lancet resources, what experts are saying. In what way a fucking orthopedist, in case of Sean Baker, is an expert in nutrition? In what fucking way? This is driving me insane, Chip. How are you? This is driving me absolutely insane. Like, people are so terrible at this. Like, I understand that some people don't understand, for instance, the nuance between cardiovascular surgeon and cardiovascular doctor, right? So those are two different things. The doctor is the person you see to like improve your cardiovascular health. The surgeon is the person you see when you're already fucked. Right, that's the person who's going to cut you open and make you alive, like live longer, right, when everything is fucked, right? So first of all, that's like a nuance that I understand why people don't understand unless they actually already had like cardiovascular disease. But expecting from an nutritional advice from orthopedists and calling that like expert advice is fucking bonkers. And I will never stop saying that. Maybe we should do like a drinking game. Every time I say crazy, drink. Please don't. I like you guys. I don't want you to like suffer with your livers and shit. Oh my fucking God. An expert enough should give nutrition advice. Absolutely. Absolutely. You're watching 2 chats. You don't need to watch the second chat, Tone. Or is it not my chat? It's unlisted. It's unlisted, mate. Nobody should be there. Oh, Discord. Oh, sorry. I forgot you have like a day job. Hey, what's up, Nilf? We provide the detailed profiles of the most significant doctors and health influencers who are part of the coordinated network below. In addition, we draw attention here to 2 more often. Yeah, I hope Canberra, the piece of shit, is on it. What experts are saying. This is like what experts are saying. And in what ways fucking... oh my God. Oh my Jesus Christ. In what way is Jason Funk a fucking expert? In what way? In what way Ken Barry is a fucking expert? In what fucking way? Right. Yeah, Diana Rogers is the biggest piece of shit because she's actually like registered dietitian. So she has like the most like credence of being like an expert. She spews absolutely stupid as shit that like every level 1 vegan can like a dispute in seconds. Basically speaking. All right. Okay. So, Jason Fung, this guy, is a Canadian neurologist, kidney specialist, and somehow he provides dietary advice and author of several books on fasting and obesity, who also runs a dietary clinic. tongue ranked as the 8th in terms of engagement. Although not part of the Miss Influencer network, he is influential with over 240,000 followers on X and over 1 million on YouTube. Jesus Christ. He described EAT-Lancet as insanity in posts on January 17th, 2019. And the next day, quote, tweeted Nina Teicholz, linking to a new article saying that EAT-Lancet was just elites telling poor people to eat dirt so moguls can private jet around the world. I guess this is like another lesson in how do you find out if somebody is propagandist. They make these outlandish claims that like basically cannot be derived from the EAT-Lancet report. Absolutely crazy. In addition to promoting keto diets and questioning the science on negative health impacts of meat consumption, he also posts about other health issues, such as questioning the need for masks during 2000, like COVID-19. All right. Another Miss Influencer, the registered doctor Tim Noakes, Miss Influencer rank 19 and part of the network, claimed in 2017 that common dietary guidelines will be remembered in history as a genocide. Yikes. Noakes advocates a low carbohydrate, high fat diet, also known in South Africa as the Noakes or Banting diet, which he promotes through the Noakes Foundation he founded in 2012 and his 2014 book, The Real Meat Revolution. My eyes almost rolled into my skull just now. I don't know if you've noticed, guys. Noakes was investigated by South African health authorities in 2014 after a dietitian complained about a tweet in which he had told a mother she should wean her baby onto low carbohydrate, high fat foods. He was cleared of misconduct in April 2017. By presenting themselves with medical titles, these influencers project authority. That's true. Like every carnivore dieter is like, we have doctors on the side, right? And then they're like, look at Dr. blah, 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 and Dr. fuck that guy, and Dr. This bloke. It's just... this credibility often allows them to promote restrictive eating patterns, such as high meat diets, ultra high fat plans, or regimens that exclude grains and seed oils, while appearing scientifically grounded. A common tactic they employ is spreading fear. Many also turn their online presence into revenue streams, offering coaching, running businesses, hosting events, or speaking professionally. Anthony Chaffee gets, every time he goes live, every super chat is like $50. And the service that he provides for that $50 is just telling people to eat more fat, in most cases. A common tactic they employ is spreading fear, and you also turn their online presence into something. Yeah, I could read this. Sorry, lost my place because I like highlight and then I forget what I highlighted, what I read already, or what I didn't. Can't you do the same with spinach? Do what, Tom? Do what? Sorry, Don, I am not understanding. Oh, are you saying I should go live and should I ask for super chats and people asking me for advice, like health advice? And whatever they say, I have acne. Please help me, VPM. I can tell them, well, thank you for the super chat. You should probably blah, 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 eat more spinach. Yeah. To eat more spinach. Yeah, I understood you in the end. While some of the health category are trained professionals, though not always in relevant fields, some just appeared to be avid supporters of the carnivorous keto diet trends and or claim to be fitness coaches. These accounts are often slightly more anonymous than ones claiming to be doctors, but feature prominently in both engagement levels and post volume. For example, Mangan 150, Miss Influencer rank 7, not part of the network, claimed weight loss coach, posted 13 times with an engagement of 4,118, and at Carnivore Keto, a health coach who hasn't posted on X since April 2021. I think I saw his posts lately. I think I did. I think I just saw Carnivore Keto posting. I'm pretty sure they're back. Latest. Yeah, October 12th. October 12th. And like, this is what they posted. Just tagging a bunch of people. October 12, October 11, October 7. Look, it's, by the way, it's like a bunch of our misinfluencers. This is actually like really worth talking about. This is like really funny. Let's remember I'm on page 38. Where are our misinfluencers? Let's see how many there are. Dr. Shobega. Big fat surprise. That's Nina Teichel. Yeah. Ken Berry. Yeah. Frederick Leroy. Yeah. Joanna Blythe. So he's basically posting this list, isn't he? In the same order, over and over again. Yeah. Greenhouse gas guru. Yeah. Then Mangan 150. Yeah. He's just like basically bolstering. Oh. What happened? You're not posting Jason Fong? What happened? Are you fighting? Oh, sweetie. George AMD. Right there. And then Fructose No. Yeah. Carnivore Keto. Yeah, that's him. I guess. Oh, I understand. Shit. I'm an idiot. So yeah, this is not the person. I'm such a fucking idiot. But yeah, this is the this actual list. I'm such a fucking idiot though. Give me a sec. So I'm sure I've seen Carnivore Keto post lately. I'm sure I've seen them, but I am an idiot. I am an idiot for doing that. What I just did. No, they haven't. This is one of those tangents that I wish I could. Could I like rewind really quickly? This was silly. Once in a while, VPM, our brain commits suicide. Once in a while. Funny. I can laugh about myself being absolutely silly. Yeah. So Fat Emperor, Misinfluencer rank 17, but not part of the network, appears to have deleted all tweets, posts, and exposed, but still has an active website, which includes a podcast with Gary and Belinda Fretke. I think the Fretkes are Aren't they like seed oil realist or something like that? Seed oil detractor, something like that. Can we find them here? The Fred case. Talking about EAT-Lancet from April 2019. As shown in the network map, page 14, many of these accounts were regularly tagging prominent misinfluencers such as Sean Baker and Frederick Leroy. Cambridge PT, an account which purports to be from a 60-year-old person or AI trainer or AL trainer? Oh, personal trainer. Jesus Christ. Guys, my brain is dying. It's like, it's the B12 deficiency. It's not totally not talking to carnists all day. It's totally not that. 60-year-old personal trainer who advocates for carnivore diets consistently tag many of the leading misinfluencers across all three account categories: scientists and academics, doctor health influencers, and journalists and authors. Right. Carnivore keto coach. Sean Baker. Oh, the way my friend Miro calls them. Horn Baker. Cheap. People, at least add /s after this shit. You know, some people are going to take it seriously. You know, that's going to happen. All right. How long do we have? We're going to, Bianca, don't worry. We're going to finish in half an hour. How about that? We're going to go through Horn Baker and then probably past bedtime. Oh, I'm sorry. See you later, Jason. Fuck, Jeremy. Fuck me. See, my brain is literally dying. Okay. Keep fighting for the furry and the ferret. Fun. Yeah, absolutely. Corn faker. Oh, I mentioned you because I said, oh, in half an hour, we're going to finish. I just like letting you know. We're not going to continue for like hours on end. Sean Baker is a US orthopedic surgeon. B36 deficient, apparently. Who had his medical license temporarily suspended in 2017 after he was found to be giving dietary advice to patients without his hospital's agreement. He says the decision was overturned in 2019, but that by then he had shifted careers, stating, "Now I don't want to go back to that." Baker is the most prolific misinfluencer in the EAT-Lancet backlash with 171 posts and the second most connected after Leroy. He has the biggest influential following with 358,500 followers on X as of August 2025 and the highest. Let's check out what's his count now. BPM goes on Twitter again. I'm so sorry. Baker MD. No, what's his name? S Baker MD, isn't it? Something like that. There you go, found them. Let's just get him. For the love of God. 361. So he grew by a couple of thousand since then. So obviously this report didn't destroy his career as a professional thumb. The highest engagement with 17,778 total engagements. His tagging is mostly of other carnivore diet promoters, but he also shared Leroy's article preemptively attacking the EAT-Lancet, the EAT Commission's findings. Fucking Sean Baker. Baker was one of the earliest promoters of Yes to Meat. On 14th of January 2019, 3 days before the EAT-Lancet report launched, He used it in a post which told people they were not powerless, but could start using yes to meat hashtag. He also helped to popularize hashtag meat heals in 2017, which re-emerged in the context of the EAT-Lancet backlash on 12th of January 2019. As with many misinfluencers in this category, Baker monetized his pro-meat stance. In 2019, he founded Rivero, an online clinic for treating chronic diseases at the root. It has high subscription costs of $169 to $199 per month. And they're calling it Lancet Elite. Plus a one-time initiation fee of $100 to $100 to $250, depending on devices needed. In 2023, when website post, Rivera declared having received a $5 million seed round of funding from venture capitalists, and that it quickly grew to nearly 3,000 paying subscribers. It is not clear what current subscription numbers are. Did they hide that information? Holy shit. Holy fucking shit. 5 million seed round of funding. I didn't know that. In February 2024, I wonder if they're going to mention that he asked his supporters to give him money for research, and he hasn't provided any research. Round and round we go. In February 2024, Baker debated with a doctor and plant-based advocate in a video shared on YouTube. When challenged by the interviewer about one of his videos, Baker appeared to distance himself from it, saying social media is kind of an entertainment, for entertainment purposes only in many ways. Whom did he? I think it was Garth Davis that he debated there. He should debate Nagra. He's not gonna though. Not after Nagra destroyed Anthony Chaffee. All right. So, social media is kind of an entertainment purposes only in many ways. But anyway, what am I saying here? I don't know. Is he losing his faculties? In the same discussion, he admitted that he didn't know if a carnivore diet is going to either prevent or increase the likelihood of some diseases, despite regularly posting claims about the medical benefits of a carnivore diet. Liar, liar. Panties on fire. Okay. My plant daddy. Does he know? Does Matt know that that's how you call him? Ken Berry presents himself on X as a family physician based in Tennessee, USA, who advocates for a high meat, low carb diet. Wait, is that all we got on Sean Baker? Why didn't I mention the fucking fundraising he did? He basically stole money. Even some of his followers are like, what the fuck, Sean? And they're not mentioning it. I guess it's irrelevant to this report. I don't know. It's just like shows the character. You know what I mean? I don't know. I would have mentioned it. Although it would be like, I guess it would be kind of irrelevant. I'll leave a comment on his Insta that he's my plant daddy. Ken Berry presents himself on X as a family physician based in Tennessee, USA, who advocates for a high meat, low carb diet. Berry was central to the preemptive backlash, which began before the EAT-Lancet report was published, with most posts made between 14th and 22nd of January. He was also the first Miss Influencer to use a hashtag yes to meat. Barry advocates for what he calls a proper human diet, coached in ancestral knowledge. Why do people fight into the shit? It's crazy. Which encompasses carnivore and paleo diets and similarly promotes high meat, egg, and dairy intake. Its guidebook includes the statement that the proper human diet rejects fat diets promoted by big food, big pharma, and big government. Instead, it focuses on real whole foods that humans are designed to eat. Designed by whom, Ken? Do you think you have a sky daddy, Ken? Designed. Oh, well, I thought people who don't believe in God use that phrase as well. They should fucking stop. Let me just make it a little smaller so it fits. Okay. The guidebook is free to download on his website, while an accompanying video can be purchased for $9.99. The guidebook does include disclaimer stating that the information provided is for educational and informational purposes only. It is not intended as medical advice. Despite this, Berry consistently claims that the proper human diet can help with a range of medical problems and promotes a community for which subscription range between $15 per month and $300 per year. Jesus Christ. Unlike other carnivore advocates with their focus on strength building, his branding and approach appears more targeted to women. Piece of shit. All of his coaches are women. Similarly, his YouTube channel is focused on medical tips, in quotes, centered around the extreme diet he advocates. Georgia E.D. MD. The psychiatrist, not a fucking nutrition scientist in the bunch, but somehow they're expert. The psychiatrist and former Harvard professor Georgia Ede is the author of Change Your Diet, Change Your Mind, a book which calls for animal-based diets to treat mental health conditions. So thank you, Georgia, for all the people that claim that plant-based diets increase mental health problems. I appreciate it. I bet it's your work. Edie describes her struggle with health problems, which she claims to have resolved through 6 months of diet experimentation, finding a high-protein diet with a few plants. In 2018, Edie left academia to focus full-time on being a zealot, on speaking, consulting, and writing. I guess I shouldn't cut that off like that. Speaking, consulting, and writing on nutritional psychiatry. She treats private clients for psychiatry and nutrition and is available for speaking slots in and training on ketogenic diets for mental health. This is crazy. Drink. On 19th of January 2019, Edie posted a position piece in Psychology Today, in which she claimed the EAT-Lancet diet is vague, inconsistent, unscientific, and downplays the serious risks to life and health posed by vegan diets. They're literally not promoting vegan diets. The EAT-Lancet do not promote vegan diets. By the way, just had an idea. After we finished with this, put one in the chat if you think we should read the new EAT-Lancet report, just to see what's what. That's just to see if it's actually promoting vegan diets. I think it's shorter than this report, so. And we are like more than halfway through on this report. Skim it. If I'm doing it, I'm gonna do it right. 1. Liduli, you're such a rebel. All right. I guess I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 once. That's enough for me. All right. ED posted an opinion piece, blah, blah, blah. Vegan diet, piece of shit. Yeah, I knew she was the person. Psychology Today is a popular outlet which, although not peer-reviewed, does have internal fact-checking, lending a false sense of legitimacy to her claims. The article was shared more than 40 times overall and 7 times within the Misinfluencer network. Misinfluencers sharing the piece referred to it. Misinfluencers sharing the piece referred to it as ED effect, praising it as a devastating critique. It is indeed devastating. Why am I so bad at centering? Maybe I should reduce it like that. I'm really bad at centering my thing. Yeah, I guess this is okay. ED was also engaged in more legitimate debate about the importance of reducing ultra-processed foods and is more of a proponent of the keto diet than the carnivore diet. Nevertheless, her commentary has featured in carnivore outlets such as the Primal podcast in an episode with over 1.5 million views on YouTube. YouTube should be closed. YouTube, fucking close yourself. You're allowing this shit on your fucking platform. This and all the bullshit that spews from the diary of the rich person, whatever his name is. It's just like so much misinformation runs through YouTube. YouTube, close yourself. ED also promotes sign-ups to the Go Carnivore app, in which participants can purchase a subscription to access keto and carnivore diet doctors to answer your questions, meal plans. What fucking meal plans? What fucking meal plans? The carnivore diet is one of the most restrictive diets on earth. You can't figure out to eat beef, bacon, and eggs yourself. You need a fucking coach for that. And weight loss challenges to support your journey into the carnivore world for just $40 a month. Jesus Christ. That's how those people make money. That's how they do it. That's how they do it. That's how they support themselves. There are fewer inflammatory posts on Edith's Twitter than other misinfluencers, but she has a more extensive reach. For example, in 2025, she was interviewed on Stephen Bartlett's Diary of a CEO, that guy, podcast, which has 11.9 million subscribers, as well as on far-right news outlets such as GB News. Okay, we are at Gary Fatke. Fructose and no. Oh, it's not the person that I thought. There is a guy on the internet, Gary something, I think, who's like seed oil something. Seed oil disparage or something like that. I don't remember fucking all of those fucking clowns are the fucking same. Another orthopedic surgeon. Crazy. By training, Gary Fatke was investigated by the Australian health authorities and found to be working outside his scope of practice for recommending patients reduce sugar and processed carbohydrates in favor of meat and fat. He was prohibited from providing specific advice or recommendations on the subject of nutrition and how it relates to the management of diabetes or the treatment of the prevention of cancer. You're fucking orthopedist. Know your fucking lane. So sorry. So sorry for that sound, which I bet wasn't pleasant to you guys. The charges were dropped in 2018. Gary and his wife Belinda regularly post claims such as that warnings about red meat have nothing to do with science, but are linked to religious ideology and processed food industry profit. The couple both posted on January 17, 2019, the day of the launch of the EAT-Lancet report, tagging Frederick Leroy and sharing his article and tagging Diana Rogers. That motherfucker Rogers is not spelled with D, I'm pretty sure. Belinda runs the I Support Gary website. What? Which was initially set up to support Gary's legal case. The website strapline reads, how one man's silencing has shone a light on vested interests. Oh, fuck, I'm not centered again. I should probably reduce this a little bit. Oh, fuck me. Sorry, guys. Sorry, especially to people on the replay. Everything is going to be cut off in weird. I'm so sorry about that. It could be still going, something like that. Fuck. Okay, all right. There. And there. Medical evangelism. Great. More like buzzwords. It was, by the way, I bet most of those people are fucking religious. So them disparaging religion like that is really fucking stupid. It was on this site that she posted an anti-EAT-Lancet article, which was shared 3 times by herself, 5 times by Gary, and once by Frank Mitlona. The website also shows that Gary has close contact with fellow pro-meat doctor and misinfluencer Tim Knox, also investigated for giving misleading dietary advice, and that's a couple of friends with Zoe Harcombe. Fuck Zoe. Fuck her. Journalists and authors pro-meat nutritionists. So this is going to be Nina Teichels and one more person. The third group of misinfluencers attempting to discredit EAT-Lancet identify as journalists and or authors, most of them women. Many have written books on diet and the food system, often defending meat nutritional value. Their social media accounts and blogs serve as platforms to promote these views, sometimes laced with conspiratorial claims about who is really to blame, but drawing on their publications and citing academic credentials, often unrelated to food systems. They are well positioned to present themselves as credible and independent experts. These are all regular and connected narratives found across misinfluencers in our dataset and in previous reports focused on food misinformation. Nina Teichels, piece of shit. There she is, with crazy looking eyes. Why do people keep saying that? I'm not against vegan stuff. Why do you keep saying that? You think it makes us feel better? We're not here for vegan stuff. We're here to be against exploitation and slaughter of animals, look. You being not against vegan stuff tells us nothing. It's like somebody says, oh, I'm not against the anti-rape people. Good for you. I don't know. I don't even have like which social ethical position also like produces food or something, like produces like products or something. I don't know. Maybe it's like I'm not against fair trade coffee. Why? It's just so funny to me. Nina Teichels is the founder of the Nutrition Coalition, which claims to be a non-profit, non-partisan educational organization that aims to ensure that the US dietary guidelines of Americans are evidence-based to reverse chronic diseases in America. The coalition is funded through individual donations and advocates for the US dietary policy to include more animal fats and move away from what they term industrial seed oils. Ooh, seed oils. Ooh, so bad, except in actual science, where they are good for us. Teichholz describes herself as an investigative science journalist with a PhD in nutrition from the University of Reading. She came to prominence after publishing her book, The Big Fat Surprise. This received some positive reviews from influential outlets such as the BMJ and The Lancet, although these were also contested in letters of opinion pieces in both BMJ and The Lancet. Sorry, I spaced out for a little bit. She came to prominence after publishing her book, The Big Fat Surprise. This received some positive reviews from influential outlets, although these were also contested in letters of opinion pieces in both of them. So they're reneged, get the fuck out, we published you, but no, I don't want to do it anymore. And was widely promoted, including on the notorious culture war polemistic Joe Rogan's podcast. The fucker. Everything leads back to Dear Joey. Rogan has 19.4 million subscribers on YouTube, 19.7 million on Instagram, and 15 on X. And he is one of the number one promoters of misinformation on planet Earth. Isn't he? Isn't he? He is. We should stop soon. With many misinfluencers, some of Teichholz's work is more credible and balanced than her online persona. Her more extreme claims include the suggestion that obesity rates in the US have risen because of increased plant consumption and decreases in animal food consumption. Where does she even... Who the fuck decreases animal food consumption, generally speaking? Which population did that? That's definitely not the US. The plant consumption, the animal consumption is increased in the US per capita. What? She's fucking lying, isn't she? On 24th of January 2019, Teichholz wrote a widely shared and quoted blog, initially posted on her personal website, on which she claims no commercial or industry ties. The blog, entitled "The Majority of EAT-Lancet Authors, 78%, favored vegan-vegetarian diets," claims to expose conflicts of interest, but primarily cherry-picks academic papers, studies, and commentary authors. Commentary authors had previously been involved with to evidence their supported bias. It is standard practice that academics working... Fucking hate Nina Teichholz, really, with a passion. In particular subject areas would have published on similar topics, and Teichholz's presentation of this as a conflict of interest is dangerously misleading. Teichholz continues to attack EAT-Lancet, promotes carnivore diets. Yeah, she just when this report came out, she retweeted Sean Baker many times. Teichholz continues to attack EAT-Lancet, promotes carnivore diets for children, the piece of shit, and questions climate science. She's actually gonna have actual fucking literal deaths on her hands, promoting carnivore diets to children. That's fucking crazy. That's fucking crazy. Joe Rogan does his research. What's your evidence for that, Luke? What research does he do? What the fuck do you mean by that? He's a self-admitted numpty who does zero research. What the fuck are you talking about? He brings all the craziest people to his podcast and lets them spew the shit while going, uh-huh. And then veering into talking about deer meat. What fucking research? Jesus Christ. She is supportive of Robert F. Kennedy Jr.'s Make America Healthy Again policies and is known to amplify fellow misinfluencers Frederick Lear, George E.T., and Frank Mitlona, and Sean Baker. Definitely Sean Baker as well. Joanna Blythman. I think I know who she is, but you'll be short on calcium, iron, potassium, D3, K2, retinol, B12, sodium, and if you adopt EAT-Lancet diet, it's nutritionally deficient. Irresponsible. Look what I have right here. Calcium. Sorry. Calcium. Oh, this is actually pretty low in calcium, 4%. That's okay, it's tofu. And then iron. This is like 50% iron, if I remember correctly. Fuck, now I can't find them. Yeah, 50%. Potassium. Potassium is going to be somewhere here. Potassium, potassium, potassium. Fuck, I can't find them all of a sudden. It's tiny. And I'm already getting old. Biting vitamin. Magnesium. Can't find it right now, but it's here. D3. Plant-based cholecalciferol from wild harvested lichen. 100%. K2. K2 is not an essential nutrient. Oh, I mean, it is an essential, but like vitamin K2, 45 micrograms. It's not an essential. It's from MK7. K2 is not an essential nutrient because that's why it doesn't even have RDA number on here. B12. Where's my B12, sweetie? B12. 100%, but I take some on top because it's like bad absorption. Sodium. Are you fucking crazy? Find me one person who isn't fucking starving themselves that is going to be low on sodium. Is she insane? Is she fucking insane? Get too angry. Look, you want to have a conversation with me? What opinions have you voiced that were like discounted or something? Oh, are you crying about me saying what research Joe Rogan did? I asked you for evidence. Can you provide evidence that Joe Rogan does his research for real, for real? Please. Well, 99% of the population are pro-slaughter, including vegetarians. Liduli, can you please invite Luke to have a conversation with us so we can record it in a couple of minutes when I finish my stream? Joanna Blythman is an established food writer and journalist. By the way, I'm just going to plonk the Discord right there so that you don't have to look for it. Joanna Blythman is an established food writer and journalist whose words for her reporting and books have earned her credibility and loyal readership. While Blythman does highlight legitimate science-based issues, such as the environmental and welfare impacts of intensive chicken farming and aquaculture, but she has also published misleading and false narratives, including on credible platforms. For example, in a blog for the Sustainable Food Trust, she oversimplifies the obesity crisis by blaming vegetable oils and understanding the role of processed meat. The blog also deflects criticism of industrialized processed meat and its significant environmental impact, with its claim that the rush to embrace plant food as more environmentally friendly than animal foods ignores the intensive methods of industrial farming. How the fuck would it ignore it? I bet it's included, since 43% of crops actually go to feed animals. I bet it's fucking included in the EAT-Lancet. That's why we have to read the EAT-Lancet report. I've made the decision right now. We're going to do it after this. Until 2023, she was frequent contributor to the formerly BBC Good Food website. Her posts focused on food processing and the environmental impact of industrial food systems, and do not reflect the polarized and extreme posts present to her Twitter X account. Posts present on her, blah, blah, blah. Blythman's posts on the platform have falsely claimed that cultivated meat is synthetic. Do people mean synthesized by synthetic? Do they just mean like not cut off the branch or not cut out of an animal? And potentially cancerous. What's the evidence for that? Promotes debunked articles about cultivated meat's climate impacts. What's the evidence for that? And shared Bill Gates conspiracy theories. Jesus Christ. So she does have like the actual aluminum cone. She just hides it very well. Not necessarily, apparently. She has also shared posts from significant industry-funded misinfluencers, such as Frank Mitlona. We'll read this piece and then we'll leave Luis for the next week. On 30th of January 2019, Blythman published an op-ed scrutinized the small print of EAT-Lancet, which was posted by the WikiLeaks website. In her attack on the report, she quotes from the articles written by Zoe Harcombe and Georgia Eady, and that closes the loop between quacks. Oh, guys, I'm gonna hide the prosciutto for the sensitive minds. Next week, we're gonna read about Louis Steffen, whom I'm completely unfamiliar with. And we continue our journey to read about how meat propaganda tries to destroy everything good in this world, just so that they can make more fucking money. Yeah. All right. Everybody, thank you very much for coming. Again, to remind the people on the replay, I don't know why now. It's not helping you anymore because you watched it so far. But there is going to be a horizontal stream afforded to everyone else. And yeah, thank you for coming. See you next time.